You guys, I'm Morgan. I am a crocheter by hobby. This is another episode of what I crocheted this week. I'm going to kick off this video by going through all of the WIPs that I have because as I mentioned in my last video, I'm going to finish these. I'm finishing these. They're happening now. She was a little fuzzy. In this bag, I have something that I started I think multiple years ago, maybe like 2 years ago. I know that if I choose to finish this, I am going to have to buy more yarn. I've already come to terms with that. I've got this color here. This skein, I just had a ton of it, so I thought it would be a good little idea to use for this. I have these ones here. The original plan was to make sort of like a patchwork cardigan. When I think about the cardigan, I don't have a specific silhouette in mind. This is the color palette that I have for that WIP. Now my next project is one that you have not seen before. It is a granny square project. Look at all these chickens. I have a ton of these little granny squares. These are going to make a tiny purse, a little shoulder bag, just a little guy that goes right under the armpit. This was supposed to be a birthday present, but I missed the mark by 4 to 5 months. So it's mine now. I worked on this one pretty solidly throughout like October. I just put it down because my hand kept cramping and then I never finished it on time. And then there's this one here, which you guys have absolutely seen. I don't even know if I can consider it a WIP. This is getting frogged. Definitely messed it up. Like it was growing and I don't know why it was growing because I don't pay attention. I just crochet off of a vibe. I did buy yarn to replace this. I had a vision and the yarn hit the vision, the nail on the head. I'm going to redo it in this color here. I just think that this color suits me a lot better than this does. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I have no idea which one I'm actually going to work on, so let's see, because I've got a couple hours to figure it out, I think. So it's Wednesday and you guys are getting the vlogging realness real quick. I recorded that last bit on Sunday or Monday and I just could not decide what I wanted to do. I made a short and I posted that asking for people's opinions on what I should make. It seems like the winner is the purse. Well, let me show you what I have for that. These are all of the granny squares that I have finished. I think I need somewhere between 5 and 6 more of these to make the strap. If I do 2 more to seam up the sides, then it's going to be boxy and I don't want it to be boxy. I want it to have some shape to it. Kind of thinking, so the 2 top pieces of the bag together, maybe find an interesting stitch or something bulky that I can do to kind of bind it. I'm thinking about using the taupey color, the stitch that I use to seam everything together. The idea of just doing a thread straight across sounds really nice to me. It almost reminds me of like a jute thread. I feel like it would give it a nice sort of organic look to it. I'm gonna go ahead and weave in these ends and then crochet the remaining granny squares that I need for the shoulder. I've got all of my ends weaved in on all the granny squares that I already had made. I'm gonna block these. I don't like blocking stuff normally. It feels like a waste of time. I get it. I understand the purpose behind it. I just can't be bothered. Like I don't want to wait, especially because I'm making things for myself. I'm like, I just want this now. These are very different in size for such a small project. And because I used a pretty tight tension doing a lot of these, hence why they're smaller, it's gonna cause an issue. And I just don't want this to be wonky. I do want it to look nice. So I'm gonna block these, but I don't know where my blocking pins are. So I need to find those really quick. And I have my blocking mats here. Why are these so expensive? Who told somebody that? My mind was blown when I bought these. I don't know. I feel like it's a piece of it shouldn't be, whatever. Anyway, I need to go find my blocking pins. I do this really quick, but I've never done it before. So I don't know if you steam it and then attach it or if you attach it and then steam it. So I think I'm going to do both. I ran out of pins. I have all my big ones and most of my medium ones down. These ones are the ones that really need it. So I'm going to go ahead and unpin my larger ones that are very easily fitting in the 3 square shape. And I'm going to use those on the small ones because these guys have to be the priority. Okay, so all of my big ones are just laying down, and then I'm going to really focus, I think, on these 4 right here. I feel like these are really the problem ones, especially this guy. This one is super duper tight, so I'm gonna get to steaming these now. no idea if I did that well enough. Already feeling impatient, and every time I turn the steamer to the side, it like stops doing the steam thing. I think what I'm gonna do is just leave these here for a little bit and let them dry, barely even damp. I feel like they should be elevated a little bit off, but like it's whatever, I guess. And I'm gonna go and work on the rest of these granny squares. I finished the last 2 granny squares that I needed. So now I have this whole stack right here, and it is time to piece these. It is time to accidentally mute my microphone. I have no idea what I said here. So here's my cute little stack of granny squares. We're gonna go ahead and assemble them now. I chose to use a mattress stitch to put them all together. It was my first time using a mattress stitch, so it's a little bit goofy, but it worked. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I have my final project right here. I want to apologize for this being uploaded so late. I have found myself in quite the mental health rut. I'm trying to peel myself out of it. Here she is. I'm also going to insert some clips that I used for a short so you can see what it looks like, just how I styled it the other day. I did wear it out. I do wish that I had a little bit more structure to it, but I mean, it's a yarn bag. You know, it's a yarn bag. So here she is. For the strap, I just did something simple. I did a double crochet, and honestly, I really just did this because I wanted to get it done. I wish that I had done something with a little bit more detail to it. It's done, and that's all I can ask for, is that it's done. For this part here, I mentioned that I didn't want it to be blocky, and this is what I was referring to right here. So I didn't want to do 2 squares on top of each other, and instead I chose to kind of do like a granny square, like not triangle, but shape that got smaller at the top. That's where I landed with it. I think that in the future I might add a zipper to it, just because when I did take it out, stuff was falling out of it because it's just like an open bag. If you guys like what you see, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Next project I'm working on is going to be my patchwork project, as well as making more progress on my temperature blanket. And I know I said I would have it done by February. I did not. It's whatever. It's fine. Everything's fine. I don't want to talk about it, you guys. I've been doom scrolling. That's all I have for you. Bye.